Going on. This video is for my food producers. I want you to pay attention to what is going on. The snack industry is changing drastically. And so what does that mean for you? If you have not seen already, I've posted on my page a video talking about the rapid changes that are happening to the snack industry. This was a report from Goldman Sachs. So I just want to give you some highlights from that video and what it really means to you if you are in the agriculture meeting. In my last trainings in Nigeria, I met with a lot of women who were actually doing food businesses. They were taking vegetables and fruits and they were compressing them and they were drying them out. I found people who were taking things and they were processing them. And so I wanted you to really think about some creative ways. You know, one of the things we talked about in this training, I gave you a lot of ideas of how you can use what you are currently selling in cross-sectional, sell it into the US, or how you could sell it into other markets, because how you use it in your country is not necessarily so how you're going to use it maybe in another country. So I just want to give you some highlights from this report. Again, if you have not seen the report, go ahead to the page and check it out. I'm going to put the link there available. The first thing what we see is that we know as a society, for most of us, we grew up with always coming to the dinner table, at least, you know, having breakfast or dinner together with our families. And because that is changing so drastically now, where people are so busy, they're not making it home to have dinner, or, you know, families are so busy and you see they're, you know, doing the whole drive-through thing and giving their children fast food, that there's been such a shift in the change of how people are eating. What this shift means is that because people are not sitting down to eat, they're looking for snacks. They're looking for mini meals. And if you look in the grocery store and pay attention, you will see things like hummus packed with pretzels and carrots. That's why Lunchables became so popular, where there was the meat, the cheese, and the crackers. So these are like mini meals, and these are snacks. And so what that means is, if you have a product, ask yourself, how can you repackage that as a mini meal? I used to always joke about packaging Gary, which is very popular in the West African countries, is packaging that with a bag of pure water and groundnut. It's not a joke anymore. You need to be thinking about that, because this trend is not a US trend. This is a global trend. And so how can you package your snacks or whatever you're making, whatever you're producing, into a small meal? So that's one. You want to think about how you can repackage. The other thing what we see is going on globally is this whole snack industry is increasing by 5%. That's the kind of growth. Well, you say, well, 5% is not really a lot. But this, anytime a market industry, you see it's going up, and what's happening in the other areas in this market, they're not growing. And where do we see the biggest growth? So we see growth in the snack market, but the largest growth is in salty snacks. We see in pretzels, potato chips. That's where our salty snacks, popcorns, that's where we're seeing the growth. We're not seeing it in sugary snacks in terms of candies and cookies. So if you were a person who was thinking about exporting or doing something with cookies, you might want to slow down and see how you can now convert into a salty snack. So one of the things, people who do plantain chips, this is your time. And so this is something that you want to consider. How can you not only repackage your plantain chips, but how can you might even make this into a mini meal? The other thing that we're seeing happening is that meat snacks. And so here, you know, we have a lot of beef jerky. Now with this craze of the keto diet, this is definitely a time for you to think about, what kind of meat snacks can you do? Can you fry meat and dry it out? Because that's basically what beef jerky is, fried, dried out meat, right? So how can you create some more protein snacks? Look at what's happening in the industry, in the trends with this keto diet, where people are looking for more and more protein items. They're looking for more items with containing fat and less carb related snacks, like the potato chips, like the pretzels. You're going to see that's going to start declining because people are not going to be wanting to do that. So think about one of some of my favorite snacks is, I've had dried okra, I've had dried green beans, and these are salty snacks, but they're also very healthy snacks, which brings me to the next thing, premium snacks. People are willing to pay premium price for your snacks. So if you can put something together that includes your branding, your packaging, your marketing, everything, you can sell premium snacks as well. Organic, people are looking for natural snacks. So you got to figure that out. If you're exporting, how you're going to keep this item that's going to be organic as well. Another thing is I want you to realize that what's happening is the large companies are seeing what's going on with this, and they're entering the market. You could be possibly purchased by another company. So I want to give you those quick tips really fast, what you should be thinking about if you have any kind of business. Join the movement. Don't let it pass you. Bye-bye.